Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to show you and teach you 3 card controls that are not so easy to do, but with enough practice you'll get them down in no time. I call these intermediate because these are not designed for the beginner in mind. I have plenty of those on my channel if you want to check those out. But for now, we're going to look at these controls if you've been in Magic for at least 2, maybe 3 years, you'll get these easy. But if not, then hey, you can practice a new sleight and it'll all be gravy, baby. Let's get into it. Okay, so this first one is sort of a different handling, or it's inspired by Frank Simon's versatile spread control, and it looks like this, okay? So what happens is somebody can go through and just point to one of these cards, or maybe they can even name one. Maybe they go for the 10 of spades in this case here. So the 10 goes right around the middle, maybe even a little bit deeper in the deck here, just like this. So now they can square them up like this, and with a little snap, that 10 jumps to the top of the deck. Okay, so all that's happening here is a spread cull, okay? So you turn the deck face up, and you just go through and you cull any card near the bottom of the deck. It doesn't matter which one it is at all, just as long as it's, you just push over a group like this, and you just cull under any card towards the bottom here. In this case, I'll just do the 5. So that card is right under the deck the whole time I'm spreading, so that it's just right here the whole time I'm being culled. Now I'm like, point to a card or name a card. It's up to you. Which card do you want? And so let's say they go for the ace of diamonds here. So what I do is I break everything under the ace of diamonds here, and I sort of flick this, and I put these cards here face down on the table. So right now at this point, that cold card is still right under that ace. So I'm like this. Remember that card, the ace. Now as I turn this packet over in my hand, that just gets coalesced on top of that cold card. So it looks like when I turn it over, that ace is still the top card, but that is just that 5 of clubs that I cold, right? So I put this there, and I'm like, you know what, let's put this a little bit deeper like this, and they can do that themselves. Square these up, put these on top, and square these up, and of course the card is now on top of the deck. Alright, so for this next one, I'll tell you what it's inspired by after I do it, okay? So cards get put on the table like this, and somebody, as I do this, just says stop anytime. So maybe they say stop right here on this card. They remember that card, gets put back right around there. More cards added on top, squared up very fairly. No funny moves, but just a wave of the hand like this. That card rises to the top of the deck. Okay, so this move is inspired by, of course, the Dribble Toss control by Steve Bedwell, which looks like this. This is the original Dribble Toss control, just for reference for you. So somebody says stop on a card, maybe that one right there, they remember it, and it gets tossed back somewhere in the deck, and then it gets squared up, and it's back on top. Now, I love that control, but I wanted a way to isolate just the single card so they see the exact moment the card actually goes into the deck, rather than doing it that way. So this is what you're doing here. It's the same thing. You're just doing it with one card instead of the whole dribble. Let me explain. So you want to establish a break on the bottom card of the deck. I like to do a pinky pull down like this, and then transfer the deck into the middle grip, catching my thumb break now on the bottom card. So you want to hold a thumb break on the bottom card. And this is what I do. I swing it over about half the deck into my hand like this, and then I just start sort of biddle counting cards into this packet over here and putting them on the table like this, one by one, and I ask the person to say stop anytime. Now, once they do, I pull off the card they stopped on like this, and I show it to them, and meanwhile, I'm still holding that thumb break, okay? So now what's going to happen, it's going to look like you simply toss that card onto here, but really what happened is a crazy optical illusion where you just drop this card from the thumb break, this is exposed view like this, onto those cards, okay? So at the same time that's happening, what you're going to do is act like you toss this card onto here, but really just pull it right back. So dropping the card and pulling back at the same time creates a crazy illusion that you're really tossing that card in. So let me try to do the slow motion for you, or exposed view actually here. So this is what you're doing. That's all it is. And so at fast motion, here, watch, it really looks as though you toss that card, and it really looks like you really did it, right? It's crazy. So now the card is still right here, right? So you put these on, and then slap these on this on top of the deck. So let me run through that one more time for you. So I'll leave cards face up so you can get a sense of what's happening here, right? So, I mean, you'll probably already get it, but teaching purposes, right? So break on the bottom card, got the thumb break, right? So swing cut, start middle counting cards into your hand like this with your thumb. Actually, on the table, I'm sorry, like this, just put them onto the table. Once they say stop, maybe this one right here, you show it to them, right? This is so you want to pretend as though you really toss the card in, but like I said, what happens is you just pull it right back as you drop that card, so you're like this. And it really looks good, guys. Let me do it one more time for you full speed. So we were here, got our brick on the bottom card. We're pulling cards off like this. All right, so we'll do this full speed one more time for you. Look at that card, and then we'll put it by, and it looks so good. I mean, you'll fool yourself with it, I promise. So it's right back on top of the deck. Okay, so this one is inspired by the Swivel Cut control by, I believe, Gilles Couture. Now, it looks like this, so somebody says stop on a card. Maybe they go for that one right there. That might be actually too close to the top, but actually, just go ahead and take a look at it. Remember that card, and in fact, we'll bury it deeper in the deck. Maybe right around there is maybe better. So just like a little riffle like this, the card jumps to the top of the deck. Okay, so like I said, this is based on the Swivel Cut control, which normally looks like this. A card is chosen and put back in the deck by any means, right? But you hold a brick on top of it, on top of the selection, like this, and transfer it to a thumb brick. Now, this is the original Swivel Cut control. So what's going to happen now is you, with your index finger, you swing cut about half of the upper portion of the deck here into your hand like this. Now you go from behind, either with your thumb, with your index, it doesn't really matter, just from behind here, and then swivel off all the cards above the break into here, and then put these on top. And your reason for doing that, of course, is you're just saying, look, we'll bury your card even deeper like this, boom, 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 and it really looks as though that card is being buried deeper. I'll do it face down, so the four of clubs. We'll bury the card even deeper like this, boom, and it looks so good. But I wanted a way to do it in which they actually see the card itself being put deeper into the deck, and this is what's happening here. So you want an excuse to make the selection on the upper portion of the deck, right? So I like to do it in a dribble and intentionally dribble off a bunch of cards really fast when I tell them to stop, right? So do me a favor, say stop anytime. And I intentionally do it fast, and I try to go past the middle by the time they say stop, right? So I'm holding like a quarter of the deck by the time they say stop. So once they do, whoops, sorry, let me drop cards everywhere. Once they say stop, and maybe about right here, I push the card forward, and I just kind of briefly mention, oh, that's close to the top, but it doesn't matter. Look at the card anyway. And so what I'm going to do here is keep a break as I close up above the card, right above their selection. So you push that forward, their card they stopped on, and you make a brief comment, oh, that's too close to the top, but it doesn't matter. We'll take a look anyway, and just keep a break above the card, right on top of their selections. So you're like this, keeping a break here as you go up to show the card. So what's going to happen is you will do the swivel cut control like I just told you, but you will do it a little bit different with just one card, okay? So as you close up, you get that break above that card. Now you want to push this in all the way, at the same time swiveling this packet that you have a break above, or under, I'm sorry, like this, and then just do one card, right? Just like this, so that it really looks like it's being cut deeper into the pack. I'll do it one more time, this time a little bit more slowly. So say stop, blah, blah, blah. That's pretty close to the top. It doesn't matter. Take a look anyway. Boom, boom, boom. There it is, Queen of Spades. In fact, we'll cut that deeper into the deck, maybe right around here, like this. So it really is being cut deeper in the deck, which it's not, but it looks like it is, right? So that gets pushed in, and it's on top. This is also related to the that move where you're like this, having a break there, and they see the card, right? And you're here, and it gets put there, blah blah blah. It's sort of like that in a way, but I think this handling with the swivel cut control technique makes it make more sense, right? So the whole dribbling until you have a quarter, doing this, man, that's pretty close to the top. Take a look anyway. So there it is. So again, you just push that in. So as you push it in, you can be super fair about it because you already have a break above that card. So this is what's happening under the break. So you don't have to hold anything as you push that in. So you can be very fair and clean about it, right? So you have the break, boom, swivel. That's the X card above their card. Do that. Now the card is on top. Alright guys, so as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch this video. It truly does mean the world to me. And so if you learned something new and if you got value from this video, do me a huge favor and hit that like button and sub to the channel. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.